So child is determined primarily by the health of the women giving birth. The urgency of the problem is linked to the significant growth of children worldwide and intrauterine exposure to narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. Future
Natalia, can you hear me? We are unable to hear any audio.
Classification of narcotic substances. Opiates, heroin, morphine, methadone, preparation made from poppy seeds. Cannabis preparation, marijuana, cannabis, hashish. Psychostimulants, ecstasy, cocaine, ephedrine, crack. Hallucinogens, diphenhydramine, ICD. Volatile substances, glue, gasoline, acetone. Sleeping pills and sedatives, Vamabil, phenazepam, Radidrome. Synthetic mixtures, spices, mixes, salts. The reproductive age of women is 15 to 49 years. In low fertility countries, 15 to 44. During reproductive age, the people first try psychotropic substances and subsistence addiction. Placenta fetus. Female heroin use. Consequences of drug use. In pregnant women, placental insufficiency, premature birth, miscarriages, direct toxic damage to the fetus has a neurotoxic effect, increases the risk of hemorrhages in the vessels of the fetal brain, the development of withdrawal syndrome. Consequences of exposure to the fetus. First, slowing down the growth of the fetus. Increased risk of congenital anomalies. The possibility of sudden death. Consequences for further development. Mortality of children born to drug-dependent mothers is high. The object of the study, group, main group, full-term newborns, 37 children. Average gestational age, weeks of pregnancy, 39.1 plus minus 0.7. Control group, premature babies from mothers with a history of heroin use, 65 children, 33.9 plus minus 1.6. Anthropometric indicators in the groups of examined children. Group, full term, 37 children, weight, 3,475.3 plus minus 415.1. Length 53.5 plus minus 1.4. Mass growth coefficient 64.95 plus minus 0.58. Premature baby 65 children. 2075 plus minus 2.75 P0005. Length 45.1 plus minus 2.4 P0005. Mass growth 64.95 plus minus 0.58, and premature baby 65 children 46.1 plus minus 1.27 P0005. Frequency of intraotarian development delay syndrome. You can see that 7.1% full term and over 60.5 premature babies. The condition of newborn children. The condition of full-term newborns. 17.9 is a moderate severity and 82.1 satisfactory. The condition of premature newborns. 47.7 heavy and 3.1 satisfactory and over 49.2 moderate severity. The severity of the condition is due to the gestation age of the child, respiratory distress syndrome of the newborn, acute respiratory failure of the CSF, and mixed genesis neurological symptoms. Disorders of the cerebral status in the newborn. Group frequency percent. Full term 18.9 plus minus 0.01 P0005. Premature babies gestation period in weeks 35 to 36, 82 plus minus 1.5, 33 to 34, 100, and 28 to 31, 100. Disorders of the cerebral status in the newborn. Group frequency percent. Premature babies the first degree 19%, the second degree 63.6%, the third degree 17.4%. Acute respiratory failure in premature infants and 22 children, 32.84%. Recent disorders, frequency and respiratory habits in newborns with respiratory disorders are characteristic combined with a chest deformation, most over in the form of a retraction of the soft spot during inhalation, 33.7%. Swelling on the front and upper sections, 31.2%. Had their nose rings blown out while breathing, 62.5%. The prevalence of withdrawal syndrome in newborns in the main group was 26.1%, 70 newborns. Withdrawal syndrome manifested itself in the form of increased neuromuscular excitability, The second, sleep disorders, convulsive redness, a monotone sharp cry from a child, and hypothermia. A newborn on an artificial lung ventilation. Conclusions. The first, a clinical examination of the children showed that adaptation newborns whose mothers were using psychoactive substances in exudations of various diseases is very difficult. The second one, such children should be considered at risk of being mentally and physically retarded, follow up to rehabilitation activities. Thank you for your attention.